All right, let's just jump right into it. Have you ever just stopped and wondered, is any of this actually real? It's one of the most mind-blowing questions out there, and it's moved from sci-fi movies straight into serious, high-level debate.
You've probably heard this quote from Elon Musk, right? He famously said there's a 1 in billions chance we're in base reality. I mean, that's a huge statement. And it's not just him. It's got some really, really smart people seriously talking.
So, the big question is he right? Is there anything to this? Or is it all just a fun late-night conversation starter? Well, today we're going to dig in and look at the actual arguments for and against. Okay, so before we go any further, let's make sure we're all on the same page. What is the simulation hypothesis really? Basically, the idea is this. Everything around you, the Earth, the stars, you, me, it's all part of a super advanced computer simulation. Think of it like a video game, but on a cosmic scale. And this isn't some brand new idea that just came from movies like The Matrix. Nope, it actually goes way, way back, all the way to ancient philosophy, like Plato's allegory of the cave. He talked about prisoners who only ever saw shadows on a wall and thought that was reality. Kind of spooky, right?
All right, so what's the evidence? What makes people think this could be more than just a cool sci-fi story? Let's dive into the clues that some folks believe are hiding in plain sight, right in the code of our universe.
Okay, the first big argument comes down to video games. Seriously. Think about it. Just 20 years ago, games were all blocky polygons, right? Today, we're talking photorealism. It's getting so good it's hard to tell what's real and what's a simulation. So just follow that line of thinking. If we're getting this close to creating realities we can't distinguish from our own, what's to say some other, much older civilization hasn't already done it? Billions of times, even.
Okay, now for clue number 2. And this is where things get weird. We're talking about quantum physics. See, down at the tiniest level, the building blocks of our universe just don't play by the rules we expect. Take the famous Double Slit Experiment. You shoot a tiny particle, like an electron, and it acts like a wave, spreading out and going through both slits at once. But here's the crazy part. The second you try to watch it, to measure which slit it goes through, bam, it stops being a wave and acts like a normal little particle again, picking just one path. It's like it knows it's being watched. And simulation fans, they love this. Why? Because it sounds a heck of a lot like how a video game works, right? To save processing power, the game only renders the stuff you're actually looking at. And the clues don't stop there. What about the speed of light? That absolute cosmic speed limit. Could that just be the processor speed of the giant computer running the universe? Some physicists are even looking for evidence that the universe is pixelated, that space-time itself has a maximum resolution, just like your TV screen. It's pretty wild stuff that paints a very interesting, though totally unproven picture.
Okay, but hold on, not so fast. It's a cool story, but for every argument for the simulation, there's a really strong one against it. So now let's look at the other side of the coin, the case for this being base reality, the real deal. And the biggest knockout punch to the simulation idea might not even come from physics. It might come from pure math. The basic idea is that some things in our universe are just too complex. So complex that they are fundamentally, mathematically, impossible to compute. There's actually a study that suggests the crazy complexity we see in the quantum world simply can't be modeled by any algorithm, ever. So you just couldn't simulate it. And you've got really brilliant physicists like Lisa Randall at Harvard who just aren't buying it. And then there's a simpler argument. Maybe we're just guilty of projecting. We're looking at the universe and seeing our own computers. Maybe the weirdness of quantum physics isn't a glitch in a program. Maybe that's just how reality works. And this really gets to the heart of the debate. Both sides are looking at the exact same facts and coming to completely different conclusions. Let's go back to the speed of light. Is it a technical limitation, like the processing speed of a computer? Or is it something way more fundamental, the actual speed of cause and effect, literally baked into the geometry of space-time? Same fact, two totally different worlds. So let's just have some fun with this for a second. Let's say it's true. Let's say we are living in a simulation. What would that actually mean for us, for our day-to-day lives? Well, think of it this way. We'd be like Mario in Super Mario Bros. Mario runs and jumps, he sees pipes and coins, but he has no idea what a Nintendo console is. He can't see the screen he's on or the person holding the controller. We'd be in the same boat, completely stuck inside the system, with no way to see the real reality it's running on. So how should you live your life if it's all just a program? I love this piece of advice from MIT cosmologist Max Tegmark. He basically says, go out and live a really, really interesting life. Why? So the simulators don't get bored and shut you down. It's a little bit funny, but honestly, not bad advice no matter which reality you're in. So after all this back and forth, why do we even care? Does it really matter? I think it does, because this isn't just some nerdy debate. Asking this question forces us to think about what it means to be real and what the absolute limits of our knowledge are.
And that's where we land. We're left with two possibilities. And honestly, both of them are completely mind-blowing. Possibility A. Our entire universe is a work of art, an amazing piece of code running on some hardware we can't even imagine. Or possibility B. Our universe is the real deal, built on something so complex, so deep that it can never be copied or computed.
So I'll leave you with this question. Which of those two ideas is more incredible to you? The idea that our reality is a perfect simulation, or that it's a fundamental mystery that can never be simulated? Think about it. Either way you slice it, it means we're living in one heck of a remarkable place.